This week marks the official start of the fall entertainment season, which includes some of the biggest TV and movie premieres of the entire year. Starting today, you can save Fall TV or Fall Entertainment Guide into your Xfinity voice remote to access our curated collection of all things fall entertainment, including new and returning shows by genre, streaming premieres by network, and a comprehensive calendar detailing the biggest shows and movies debuting on Xfinity platforms each week through November. With excitement for fresh content at an all-time high, we each decided to look at the fall TV calendar and pick the one TV show and movie we're most excited about this season. And we will start with Nicole. Nicole, tell us what you're looking forward to.
All right. So I know summer is ending and I'm really sad about that, but I'm very excited about these two picks. So I am picking first Sex Education. Season 4 premieres September 21st on Netflix. Sammy, I know you're a fan, but let's talk about the Sex Education. I started watching this on Netflix because my friend recommended it, and honestly, it's very simple. It's about high school students and their sex lives. No surprise there. But the amount of talent, the humor, the heart that really goes into the show is just undeniable. I love it. It's got a lot of notable characters like Gillian Anderson and Emma Mackey, but a ton of young talent. And I don't know if you guys noticed, but there were at least 3 actors in the new Barbie movie from the show, which is pretty cool. So definitely a must see. Definitely something I'm looking forward to. My next pick, Joyride, now available to rent. I missed this one in theaters, so I'm very excited to be able to rent it now. It's a typical road trip comedy where it starts off fun and then bam, you're hit with some like heartwarming stories, self-discovery and adventure. Oscar nominee Stephanie Shu's in this, and right now she's like one of my favorite actors, so I'll follow her into everything, because of Everything Everywhere All at Once. Also starring David Tennant, Ashley Park, had a 91% on Rotten Tomatoes. Definitely don't overlook this one. Sandy, what about you? What are your picks?
Yeah, well, first of all, I'm very excited about both of these movies, or this movie and this show. But I, similarly to Sex Education, I'm also very excited about a show detailing the lives of college and high school age students. My first pick is Gen V, coming to Amazon Prime on September 29th. If you're familiar with The Boys universe, this takes place in the same world, but instead of superheroes who are already professionals, this follows the lives of the college students who are training to become superheroes or supes. So if you're familiar with the raunch, violence, and satire of the original series, probably be pleasantly surprised to see that same kind of style. I'm very excited. David, I know this one you are particularly excited about as well. Do you have any thoughts to add?
No, I just to say that I'm really psyched for it, and everything you said, it's in the boys universe. It's apparently there's within this school, the students are sort of ranked, and they're all kind of vying for that top spot to potentially join the Seven, which is the most popular superhero group in the world, owned by this large corporation who uses them in movies and marketing and merchandise. And they're kind of show superheroes. They don't really fight crime, but they show up just for the photo ops. So that's essentially what all of these young superheroes are vying for. And as we talked about just a couple weeks ago, maybe, Maddie Phillips, the actress from Teenage Bounty Hunters, is in this, and I'm very excited about that.
Yeah, I think what I'm most excited about this is that in a world where there's so much superhero content all the time, The Boys particularly, and I'm sure Gen V, really stands out as just being so different from the Marvels and the DC content that we are getting at such a steady rate these days. So I'm very excited for this one.
Yep.
And then in a different vein, but also about high schoolers competing with each other, The Hunger Games, The Ballad of Songbirds and Snakes comes to theaters on November 17th. And I am very excited for this one. I was first introduced to Hunger Games and Jennifer Lawrence, for that matter, when I was a sophomore in high school. I read the book in a single night so that I could feel worthy of attending the midnight premiere with the rest of my friends who had already read the book or the whole series. I dressed like Katniss Everdeen in the one and only time that I have ever cosplayed. And after that, I never saw another Hunger Games movie or read any of the other books again. So until about 2 years ago, I caught up with Xfinity, said Hunger Games into my remote, and was able to see all of the movies and catch up all right through there. And was like, wow, the rest of this franchise is actually really great. I understand why people love it. And then when I found out that there was going to be a subsequent sequel or prequel series coming out, I was immediately excited. And especially knowing that this is a prequel and not just like existing in the same universe, that was really intriguing to me. Knowing that it follows the antagonist of the original movie, I think is a really interesting spin. Kind of find out more about what's the Oriana Snow, sort of the bad guy, tyrannical leader. And so, yeah, it's just like a really cool angle. I think it's cool to find out more about the bad guy. And Hunter Schafer is in it, and I just love her so much. Victoria, she plays, what have her name? She's amazing in Euphoria. And yeah, I'm really excited about this. Nicole, I think you read the book.
I did. I was also there at the midnight book opening. No, I did get into it. My friends pushed me into reading it. I loved it. Katniss Everdeen is amazing. So it was, I agree. I think it's very interesting that they went with Snow on this one to kind of see like his beginnings. You know, I kind of wish other books would do that. I'm really curious to see how they're going to take this. I think there's a lot of cool angles we could take. You know, it's obviously like the beginnings of the Hunger Games. You know, you can see like where it started, how it was formed, and why Snow became the villain. So it should be really interesting. We see, definitely.
Is Jason Schwartzman playing the young version of Stanley Tucci's character?
I think he is. Yeah.
I love the idea of a world where Jason Schwartzman will eventually end up looking like Stanley Tucci. Like, that is a young version. They can't be that much different in age, but like, anyway, they could have just like slapped a toupee. Oh wait, no, Stanley Tucci's character does wear a toupee.
Yeah.
I think he could have played this character again, but whatever.
Okay.
Justice for Tucci.
Yeah.
All right. Thank you, Sammy. The TV show I am most looking forward to this fall is, drumroll, Marvel's Loki, which returns for a second season on Disney Plus October 6th. In case you haven't seen season 1, I won't spoil the fun by summarizing the entire plot, but I will say that the series begins by following an alternate version of the Marvel anti-hero Loki, aka Thor's brother, as he is tasked with tracking down a female version of himself in hopes of preserving the multiverse's most sacred timeline. I know it's a lot, but trust me, this show is tons of fun, thanks in no small part to Tom Hiddleston, who continues to live his best life as the god of mischief. The series also gave birth to several instantly beloved multiverse Loki variants, including Classic Loki, Kid Loki, Boastful Loki, and Alligator Loki. Actor Sophia DiMartino, who plays the Lady Loki called Sylvie, also steals the show as she and Tom Hiddleston work through their relationship, which is complicated, to say the least. You don't have to be a Marvel fan or to have seen the movies to enjoy Loki, but I'd be lying if I said that it doesn't really, really help to understand what's going on. Sammy, you're a fan. You're a huge Loki fan, right?
Yes, I love Loki. I love Tom Hiddleston, which is almost more important than my love of Loki. But yes, I loved the show. I thought it was really different tonally than the other Marvel series that had come out before it and since then. I've been very anxiously waiting for season 2. I also think Owen Wilson being in this is amazing. He's so good in it. I never expected to kind of see him in the Marvel universe, but his character is really funny. And it just really makes you love Loki as a character even more in all his various variants.
Nicole, do you watch?
Oh, of course. Yeah, anything Marvel.
I agree. I mean, I'm super excited for this. I think there was a post-credit scene in Ant-Man, Quantumania, for like a sneak peek to this, and I was so ready for it. Obviously, Owen Wilson's back, and like you said, Sandy, it was surprising to see him, but he played it well. He really did. So I'm really excited for this, and I hope Alligator Loki comes back.
Yes, please. I've been seeing lots of people who have dressed up their service dogs as Alligator Loki at Comic-Cons, and it's just one of my favorite things. As for the movie I'm most excited about this fall, guys, I absolutely cannot wait to give a second watch to the Australian horror movie Talk to Me, which is available to own 1 week from today, September 12th. The film follows an eclectic group of teenagers who use an embalmed hand to contact and host randomly selected spirits. But what begins as a drunken party game soon becomes an addiction for some of the teens who take their dance with the deceased a little too far. Talk to Me is the feature film debut of brothers Danny and Michael Philippou, who also co-wrote the film with Bill Hinsman. The film stars a largely unknown cast and only cost $4.5 million to shoot, but it has gone on to earn 8 times that budget at the box office and boasts a 95% fresh rating on Rotten Tomatoes. I'm very picky with horror movies, primarily because movies don't really scare me. So for me to love a horror movie, it has to offer a fresh, unique story, unsettling imagery, and compelling performances. In recent years, movies like Hereditary, Midsommar, It Follows, and The Witch all have hit those marks for me, and so does Talk to Me. It's so rare to find something new in the horror movie genre, especially things that are in theaters, like big studio films, although this is A24, so not necessarily a big studio film, but it's big studio adjacent. And this movie feels really special to me. The Australian accents take a little getting used to, so I'm very excited to watch this with subtitles this time around to catch all of the things that I didn't catch the first time. It ultimately doesn't detract from the overall experience, but this movie is so cool, and I really, really hope that people watch it. Have either of you seen it? Nicole? I think you'd be most likely.
It's on my list. Maddie, our fellow editor, she watched it. She also loved it. But I feel like people have been talking about it for a long time. A24 really knows how to do horror. So you know what? Because I haven't seen it, I'm gonna wait until it's available to own. Just getting that spooky weather vibe. Yeah, I think that's smart. We'll do that.
I'm just realizing I think that at least maybe all of the movies I mentioned were all A24. What?
Yeah, you did. I thought that was on purpose.
The Witch? No, it was not on purpose. I was just like, oh, what has resonated with me recently? Yeah. All A24, of course.
Yeah.
So go check that out. And check out the Fall Entertainment Guide right now by saying Fall Entertainment Guide or Fall TV into your voice remote. You can also find this collection and so much more by visiting the What to Watch destination simply by saying What to Watch.